So what we're looking at is a 2000 GMC Sierra that had a fuel pump go bad in it. I just recently did a 2000 Chevy Suburban 1500 fuel pump and had to drop the tank, and it resulted in a lot of four-letter words and a lot of issues and problems. Probably a better part of 6 hours due to some technical difficulties with getting the tank dropped and doing it by myself. I don't really recommend doing a fuel pump by yourself, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But anyways, I found a YouTube video that talked about a tilt bed method of doing a fuel pump change. So what I did is I removed 4 bolts on the driver's side and loosened up the 4 bolts on the passenger side and disconnected the filler neck, which was 2 Torx bits and one of those plastic pull pins. You can see there and there. That's where the little plastic pull pin is. You pull the pin out and it's got a little umbrella. Pull that whole thing out and put it in a safe place. They do tend to break sometimes. You can get those at your local auto parts store. Luckily for me, it was new enough and soft enough that I wasn't able to have a problem. And it just disconnects from up there. So 3 screws. Then, after you've tilted the bed up, which you can do by yourself if you are so inclined, it helps to have a little bit of help. So I use this piece of wood, put it on the axle, as well as a jack stand on the bed itself for stability. And I'm going to go in here and I'll show you exactly what we're looking at. So that's where the fuel pump goes, and you can kind of duck down underneath here. I'm on my hands and knees, so I'm just like this. Yeah. Smile for everyone. And you've got 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. They're all sized differently. This is the larger. This is the center. It only fits on one way. And this is the smaller. These have little clips on the fuel pump itself, which I'll show you in a little bit, that you squeeze and then just pull this out. This, however, has a little thing here that you squeeze and it releases, and it's a vent line. And this one has a little clip that resides on the fuel pump. It's a good idea if you're going to do this is that you go to your local auto parts store and pick up the retaining clips, because you have to take them off the old pump. However, they tend to crack. And for about $4, $5, you can get an assortment of 6. So that if you booger one up when you're putting it on, or put it on backwards and you break it, which I've done in the past on the Suburban, but I learned from that on this. So you can do all that. So I'm going to back out here. I'm going to put the new pump in and take it from there. Be back to you shortly. Okay, I'm back. So here's our new pump, and the old pump well far away from us. So as I was saying, with the new pump, there are these little clips here, and you put them on this way and they slip. This is what it looks like. And when you bend them back, these ears on the old pump, it tends to crack right there at the joint. So 2 different sizes. So I went to O'Reilly and picked up, not that I try to plug the other folks, but this is in their help section. Chrysler GM retaining clip assortment, 5/16 and 3/8. You get 6 of them. I used up 2. One of them I broke, like I said. So just a matter of sliding them on, and you see how they're oriented. You slide on like this, and this is where your fuel line slides on and it snaps and shut. And when to remove the fuel line, you squeeze these and it just pops right off. So, alright, I'll be back. I'll get this underneath the truck and into the tank. Alright folks, we're back. So, see if I can get it to focus. There's your new fuel pump.
Yeah.
All done. And you tuck the filler neck up underneath. And I'm about ready to pull this piece of wood out and drop the thing off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's one of the bolts, and there's the other one. There's two, and then you got 3 and 4. So you loosen those up about a little past half loose,
3/4,
and then you tilt the whole bed up, and then off we go. So I'm about to put it back down, take it for a test drive. I fired it up just before I dropped the bed, make sure everything was hooked up right, didn't have any leaks, so we're all good.